Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan, also the North Central Chaplain for Broken Chains, JC. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. Today, is January 18th, 2025. We are looking at Proverbs 18, and we're going to look at verse 6 and 7. Proverbs 18, verse 6 and 7 say this: "A fool's lips lead to strife, and his mouth provokes a beating. A fool's mouth is his devastation, and his lips are a trap for his life." You know, I don't know how many times in my own life I have been the instigator of my own problems. By the things I spoke, the things I did, but more often, the things that I either thought or spoke about myself. A fool's lips lead to strife. His mouth provokes a beating. That's outwardly. When we get out there and we start talking smack about other people, it doesn't go well, right? We know that. But this next part, I think, has more impact in our lives than anyone ever considers. A fool's mouth is his devastation, and his lips are a trap for his life. I don't know how many times in my lifetime I spoke negative about myself and then ended up with exactly what I spoke. And I wanted to say, "See, I told you so." But the reality is I spoke it into existence, or if nothing else, I spoke it and lived into it. Many people say they're called self-fulfilling prophecies. Well, the reality is, guys, when we speak, our words matter. They matter to other people and how they interact with us. Solomon says a gift opens doors for a man and brings him before the great, right? The things we say, the things we bring to others have an influence, whether good or bad. But on the other side of that, the reality is our words that we speak, whether they're in our heads or out loud about ourselves, have a greater impact than we ever dreamed possible. Today, when you're thinking that negative thought about your situation, even if it's a small piece of your day, remember, it will have an influence in your life. I don't know if this is true, but I have heard that it takes way more positives to overcome a negative than it takes a negative to overcome positives. Now, I think it's just because we tend to dwell in the negative. We have help to stay in the negative. That's probably a better way to think of it. We have help to stay in the negative. It's our job to stay in the positive. Speak what the Word says is true about you. What Jesus says about you. Because He loves you. He cares for you. He's there for you. He says, pick up your cross, follow Him daily. He says that cross that you think is your burden, the moment you pick it up, becomes His burden. He says, my burdens are light. Put my yoke on you, and I will teach you. His burdens are light. When you pick it up, it becomes His. He carries it. He walks with you. He teaches you. He guides you. He makes everything right. When we speak negative, we're dropping that yoke. We're dropping the cross. And we're burying ourselves on the ground. Look up. Cry out to God. He will lift you up. I love y'all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.